Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to another exciting episode of Tech Mahindra's Simplicity series, a platform where we endeavor to bring to you visionaries and stalwarts from the telecom industry, and in the process, learn from them how they are going about solving some of the most pressing challenges that face our industry today. My name is Avese Ahmed, and I'm a part of the Communications, Media and Entertainment team in Europe. And today on the show, we bring to you an iconic and trailblazing company that has always redefined the way we've connected and communicated. From launching mobile networks on the moon to making holographic calls, this company has come a long way from its humble beginnings in Newbury to the global titan that it is today. Yes, we are talking about Vodafone today. And our episode today is themed all around innovation and transformation. And the guest joining us today is somebody who's driving this not just for Vodafone, but in some ways for the entire industry itself. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor and excitement that I introduce to you the Chief Technology Officer of Vodafone, Scott Petty. With a passion for cutting-edge technology and a strategic focus, Scott and his team are the driving force behind Vodafone's transformation into a tech comms company today. So fasten your seatbelts as we delve into the exciting world of innovation and transformation with Scott, hosted by none other than Tech Mahindra's business head for EMEA and APJI, Rajesh Chandiramani.
Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Rajesh Chandiramani from Tech Mahindra. I lead the telecom business across the globe. And I thank Avese for actually giving us this opportunity to have a rendezvous with Scott. Scott is a very, very known celebrity, a leader from telecom industry. And Scott, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
The
Thanks
Simplicity series of TechM. You're most welcome, and we are proud to have you on this show.
I'm looking forward to the conversation.
Great. And I'll start with my first question to you, Scott. You have been leading technology for telecom company for more than 2 decades now. And it's a tough job looking at what telecom is going through today and has gone through years. How do you manage such a tough job and balancing your work and family together? Please tell us more about your working style, your leadership style, and the work-life balance.
Sure, thank you. Great question. You're making me feel old. 2 decades is a long time. First of all, I really love the industry we work in. I think lots of change, constantly reinventing itself. There's always new technology to deploy, and there's always new things to learn. And I think it's easy to stay excited about work when you're constantly going through that relearning phase. I think you have to look after yourself. I focus on exercise and making sure I have downtime and balance and not working 24/7. I think you become less productive if you do that, so you need to find a way to balance that. I'm really lucky I have a fantastic team. We have a great technology organization within Vodafone. As a company, we really value technology, and that helps attract the right talent and the right people to the organization. So I put a lot of effort into building that team and making sure as a team we're all heading in the same direction and that we're delivering real value for the organization. I think as a leader, it's really important that you create space for them, the freedom to be able to experiment and try new technologies and do that in a safe way, that if things go wrong, that's okay, we learn from it and we can move forward. If we do that, then we can move at a pace that hopefully is better than our competitors and will deliver more value.
Super. So staying fit, building a great team, balancing work with life is the motto to be successful. And of course, at Vodafone having such a complex, real estate across the world, it's been a good journey for you.
Yeah, I think the Vodafone footprint makes life really interesting. There's different things in every market, and you have to adapt to each one of those markets. Our industry as a whole is going through difficult times. Our return on capital is not where we'd like it to be, and we need to find ways to unlock new sources of revenue and grow at the same time, make ourselves more efficient. Those are really good challenges to work on and really push you to think about how do we do technology in a different way to deliver more value.
Great. Thank you very much, Scott. Thank you. So I'll move on to a more complex question which may have a simple answer. But simplicity has been a theme for TechM, and we have been working across with telcos to simplify. And many of the telcos have had legacy of systems and technologies. Vodafone has been leading technology within the telecom domain for years and years, and have always been differentiating their services to the customers. I'm sure you have equally complex systems, you have equally complex processes, and you're leading that across markets. Can you tell us more about what's your view on simplifying your technology landscape, and how do you go about doing it?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think, look, as an industry, we haven't necessarily done a great job of modernizing our technology as it moves along. If you think about mobile networks, we still run 2G, 3G, 4G, and now 5G in most places. And we have all of the ancillary systems to support that, old legacy billing systems and IT systems that manage that. So simplifying is really about modernizing our infrastructure and our capabilities, moving to new technologies. Cloud native, as an example, has been very powerful for us. But it's very much a partnership with our business as well. We need to make sure that we're simplifying our product offers to our customers, making sure we're modernizing the way we service our customers, and using technology as a way to enable that. We've worked really hard in our organization to try and link our commercial evolution to our lifecycle management and modernization of technology to ensure that we move forward at an effective rate. I think we've done an okay job. We've done some really good things in building new platforms and new capability, but I think, like all companies, we still have legacy technology we'd love to remove, and finding ways to fund that and drive that across the organization is super important.
Super. Also, so you announced in the last Mobile World Congress on your acceptability to Open RAN. What's your views on, or Vodafone's view on Open RAN, and what is Vodafone going to do next with the Open RAN technologies in 5G?
Open RAN is a really important part of our strategy to create vendor diversification in our radio access networks. Clearly there are a set of geopolitical issues that are minimizing the number of vendors available for us to use. But more importantly, if you think about the evolution of 5G standalone, the move towards 6G, we need an openness in the way we build our radio access networks. Just not big macro base stations, but how do we support small cells, in-building coverage, mobile private networks. We need a lot more flexibility in the way we build those networks, and Open RAN offers us the opportunity to build that scale and capability, to be able to build software that's suited to what we want to be able to use it for, to build new applications and capabilities. We showed 5G running on a Raspberry Pi at Mobile World Congress that tried to demonstrate that flexibility and capability using software-controlled radios to show what the future might look like. So we see it very much as a medium-term play, a key part of our strategy to create vendor diversification, but I think more importantly a way to build more flexible applications using 5G technology and ultimately beyond 5G technology to build new sources of revenue and new solutions.
Super. So wish you good luck with the ORAN program, and I'm sure when Vodafone gets into something, they get it going and be successful, and absolutely the leading step forward. I'll move on to my next question, and you being the group CTO, lot of programs in terms of simplification, forward-looking futuristic programs like Open RAN. How do you go about executing these projects? Because execution is something which is very critical for success of telcos. How do you go about? Do you take a big bang approach or an incremental approach to make it happen? What's your strategy behind it?
Good question. I'm really not a fan of big bang. Typically, particularly in IT terms, that means 3-4 years of development, taking the requirements from the business and coming back a long time later and saying, is this what you wanted? Those rarely work. I think the success of big bang transformations in our industry is a really low percentage. A much more incremental approach focused on value delivery, I think, is really important. We're big adopters of Agile and DevOps in our environment. Thinking around using PIs and delivering on a quarterly basis is really, really important to us. As an example, in the UK, we run 3 weekly releases on our BSS systems. That's really helpful from a technology point of view. It keeps the releases small, minimizes the amount of testing and the things that can go wrong. But it's super powerful for the business. They have 3 releases running in parallel. They're able to choose and build the new functionality they want with nothing longer than a 9-week lead time. That's really different to a waterfall methodology where you deliver every 6 months. They need to plan a year ahead. That's really hard for our commercial users to be able to get that right. So moving to Agile, moving at greater pace, but keeping things small and modernizing that way, I think, is the most effective way to build solutions. Even in network build-out, the same thing applies. If you think about deploying 5G, we focused really hard on how do we deliver value for 5G first. So we started deploying 5G where we had overloaded 4G cells, because offloading 4G traffic to 5G had an economic benefit to us. It made a difference to the P&L of the company. And as we started to build out, then we built new solutions. So that incremental approach, delivering value with each release, I think is critically important across everything we do in technology.
Super. And when it comes to 5G use cases for enterprises, what's Vodafone's thought process and your thought process, Scott, on 5G for enterprise?
I think there's a number of really exciting areas. We're seeing a big uptake in mobile private networks, so people using 5G capability to automate factories, to support ports, hospital services. We're seeing many of the proof of concepts of last year move into production at the current period, and I think that will be a great source of growth for us. We've just launched 5G standalone in a number of markets, which unlocks the real power of 5G, slicing, low latency, and the ability to launch new capabilities and services. And I think we'll see, again, some really great production services this year. We had a great example during the coronation in the UK, working with ITV. We used a 5G standalone slice to drive really high quality production quality for the coronation TV telecast.
Very nice, well done. Okay, I'll move on to my third question in the part of the Simplicity series, is the most talked topic, which is on the generative AI. And we see, and being a technology company, Tech Mahindra sees many use cases of AI, and now with generative AI, simplifying businesses using Gen AI is the key for us. Can you please help and guide us in terms of what you think, how generative AI can be beneficial for you and within your technology organization?
Yeah, I think generative AI is a really exciting development, one we have to plan carefully to make sure that we use it in a really effective way. We've been working on machine learning and AI technologies for quite some time. We have chatbots, we leverage machine learning heavily in our internal digital transformation for everything from network planning to serving our customers and being proactive in the way we build technology capabilities. Generative AI is the next opportunity to build on top of that. We're currently running a whole range of different projects and experiments across the business, more than 100 in every part of the business, from where you would expect, customer interaction, all the way through to HR and network planning elements. And we're seeing some really exciting benefits come from those, leveraging summary engines and intent engines to drive productivity and be able to automate processes more effectively than we have. Getting the architecture right, that was really important. First of all, can we trust the AI, the LLM that we're using, the large language model that we're using? Are we sure about its transparency and the accuracy? Where is our data? How do we get that data into the right place? We're really fortunate. We've been investing in our data ocean for the last 3 years with GCP, building a whole set of onboarding tools and then AI booster tools that sit on top of that to build new applications. So having a holistic enterprise architecture and a vision for where generative AI is going to add value to your business is really important. And then partnering with my business colleagues to pick the use cases that will have the biggest value delivery in the shortest term within our organization. But it's an exciting technology. I think the last one I saw like this was really the evolution of the World Wide Web at the end of the last century, and everyone got excited, and clearly it transformed the way many things work, and probably generative AI is going to unlock those kinds of use cases and that kind of excitement in the industry. But you have to plan carefully and you have to execute well.
And do you think that generative AI would be a key indicator to have less of development and more of reuse across industry, particularly in telecom, or you still see?
I think it offers opportunities. We're seeing, for instance, with our software engineering teams, we've been using code assistance tools and AI to help us code faster, and we're seeing some really good productivity advancements there. I think it will help with reuse because the generative AI tools give you easy access to reusable code in GitHub or wherever else your repository is. So I think it will help in those areas. I think ultimately it will create a better customer experience and better customer service and enable us to better understand what's happening with our customer base and make sure that we're servicing them and offering them the right things in the right way. So I think it will be transformational for many industries, but particularly telecoms.
So with Vodafone's objective of customer first, this will be a very important tool. Generative AI will be a very important tool for you to take that objective forward, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. For instance, we're doing a great project at the moment, taking all of our chatbot conversations, and we have tens of thousands every day across our platforms, and using LLMs to do intent and summarization of those chatbot interaction, so we understand what the customer is really asking us for, where could we improve, if we see a large number of issues in a particular area, how do we solve that particular problem. To do that through human analysis takes weeks or months to be able to understand those intents and is open to interpretation. Generative AI can really help us speed up the summary of those environments and make sure that we're focused on solving those problems quickly. Ultimately, that's much better for the customer.
Indeed, indeed. Okay, thank you very much, Scott. Sure. Probably my last and final question. I mean, working as a group CTO for one of the largest telco in the world is not an easy job. And you talked about your great teamwork and the team which actually gets execution for you. How do you attract good talent? And more important is, how do you retain such good talent within the ecosystem? In a growing industry, you have a demand of more and more right kind of technology people in your group. How do you manage this changes of people, their mindsets, change in technologies, and having the right set of people?
I think there's a number of elements. First of all, you have to think about your company brand to employees. So what's the purpose of your company? Why do you exist? What are the good things that you're doing within industry, and are we supporting the communities that we operate within? And I'm really proud of the things that Vodafone does in connecting people, making sure that everyone has access to digital services, and our people really respond to that. They love the applications that we build and the services that we build to help society as a whole. I think focusing on talent development is really important. We have engineering career paths. We put a lot of effort into our development programs, making sure people have got access to the skills that they want, and creating career paths for them to move throughout the organisation. We're fortunate. It's a fast-moving industry. There's lots of new technologies. We can encourage people to learn and experiment in new ways, and they can grow their careers well within Vodafone, and that's helping us attract the right people. They see the opportunity to grow, but more importantly, keep our people because they've got opportunities to move around and do different projects in different areas and deliver real value. I think more recently, 2 years ago, we moved to a single technology organisation for the whole company. That's helped us immensely. We were able to move to a matrix model of both in-market service as well as cross-market domains, specialising in technology areas, and people could see technology career path growth in both their local market service and their domains, so they could see how they would grow their careers. It's allowed us to deliver faster, at better cost, and ultimately service the business better.
Super. And of course, your success depends on a lot of your partners, both in technology, network, IT, and Tech Mahindra is proud to be your partner on both network and IT. How do you see the partner landscape enabling what you want to achieve as a group CTO for the largest telco in the world?
I think you're using the key word, partner. Actually, most relationships are supplier-customer, and those don't lead to particularly good outcomes typically. We don't have the same aligned views, and we're not sharing the risk or the outcome that we're trying to achieve. I think we've done a great job working on partnerships and building partnerships with people like Tech Mahindra, where we have joint goals and we're measured on our joint success and be able to deliver capabilities to the marketplace. I'd rather have a smaller number of more important partnerships than a large number of supplier relationships in the way that we build our go-to-market and the way we build capability. At the end of the day, I want Tech Mahindra to bring your very best people to Vodafone and help us be successful, and you need to be appropriately rewarded for doing that. If we can find those partnerships, then we'll both be successful.
Super, thank you. And we are extremely proud, Scott, to be your partner. And, I promise you will bring the best team to Vodafone to achieve your business objectives, your technology objectives. And for us also, a customer is first. So we have a common agenda serving that one customer of yours successfully. Thank you very much for spending your time, Scott, and for giving us this opportunity to know more about you, more about Vodafone and your priorities as a group CTO with one of the largest telco in the world. Thank you so very much.
My pleasure. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you.